Turning now to I-Team 8. The prosecutors in the Delphi Murders case is fighting the defense team over whether or not the future jury will be told about Richard Allen's confession to the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. I-Team 8's Cody Fisher is combing through those new court filings tonight. Cody.
The biggest piece of new information we're learning from this filing is the sheer number of people Richard Allen has confessed to while being held in jail awaiting trial. Now, according to the prosecution, he's confessed to 16 guards, 8 inmates, a warden, Indiana State police officers, and mental health professionals.
It's really as if this man is just going on and talking to anyone who is listening and making incriminating statements.
In a previous filing, Richard Allen's defense team argued that Allen's confessions were a violation of his constitutional rights because they were coerced out of him. The prosecution is fighting against that idea in this new filing.
They're basically arguing that, therefore, these statements should be allowed to remain in because they don't meet the conditions that, would basically be violating his rights.
Also at issue in these dueling court filings is how many of the confessions should be allowed to be shown to a jury.
In the defense filing, they asked for a blanket ruling that every statement he made while he was incarcerated should be ruled inadmissible. And the prosecution is saying, no, not so fast. What we need to do is look at each statement individually. And if you can make a case that an individual statement to a particular person should be suppressed, then maybe just suppress that one.
Judge Gold will likely have to decide which people who confess to could be seen as a state actor, because if they're a state actor, the circumstances of the confession could potentially violate Allen's constitutional rights.
A police officer in an interrogation is obviously a state actor, but is an inmate who's there just to keep an eye on him for suicide watch, is that a state actor, or is that just a person doing a function who just happens to hear a voluntary statement? That's what she really needs to look at and consider.
Now, we're still waiting on a ruling from Judge Gold about whether or not she will hold Richard Allen's attorneys in contempt of court for the leak of crime scene photos that came from their office last October. Reporting, Cody Fisher, Wish TV, I-Team 8.